Welcome back to the MLS Review Show. Before we get to the league standings, there was one game left to play. Sunday's match featured the LA Galaxy heading to Texas to face FC Dallas. Dallas was coming off a victory in Vancouver, but the win came at a cost as they lost 2010 MLS MVP David Ferreira to a right ankle injury. Without Ferreira, who played every minute but one last season, Dallas head coach Schellas Hyndman looked to his bench to replace the MVP's production. UCSB product Eric Avila would get the first chance to try and replace Dallas's star midfielder. In Week 6, it was the Galaxy who had to adjust following a serious injury. In the shutout win over Portland, AJ De La Garza played well in place of the injured Leonardo at center back. Despite the injuries, both teams were looking to find the form that led them to last November's Western Conference Championship, where Dallas booked a trip to the MLS Cup Final with a 3-0 win. Could the Galaxy avenge last year's season-ending loss? Jim Watson and Mark Rogandino provided the commentary from Pizza Hut Park, where the home side has lost just once in its last 14 matches.
Galaxy looking to bolster their hold at the top of the Western Conference table against FC Dallas. It's the best in MLS on FS West. Avila is into the starting lineup, replacing the MVP from last year, Ferreira, with a broken ankle. Shot wide to the right of Donovan Ricketts. Coach simply says he's a difference maker. Here they come. Chavez. Ricketts being tested early.
Good move here from Chavez, though. Watch as he cuts it onto his left foot to get around Omar Gonzalez.
That's what measuring him to that near post. The header, there's Ricketts again. Got his fingertips on it to push it wide.
Yeah, watch off the corner here moments ago, and just watch how big Ricketts can be. Great technique. This will give you a better look. Watch out. He goes into his base, and the legs just propel him to get all the way across to his right side.
Now back to Beckham. Soft service. Hartman coming out. Oh, almost a collision right at the spot, and Hartman caught somebody.
Benitez. Both players, and Benitez immediately motioning that he needs the trainer, and not only that, for a change. So watch on the left side of your screen. Well-timed run, flag stays down, but it's just short enough where you have to get out there and just lay your body out and hope that both the attacking player and your teammate hears you coming.
Avila with Shea out wide. Shea wanted it in front of him. The pass came behind, and the header handled easily by Ricketts right to him.
We're here in May, and it's in the 50s and raining.
Popped in the air, and a volley in. Now that'll warm him up. And he holds up the David Ferreira jersey.
Should there have been a foul called right there? Donovan gets pushed in the back by Jacobson. And just enough.
And you saw Ricketts just put his hands up. There was nothing he could do. And for Dallas, Dallas is 1-0 when scoring the first goal. Chance on the back post. They gonna count it? Landon Donovan somehow got a right foot on it inside the post, and we got the equalizer.
But an absolute laser here from Juninho. Look at Donovan, right side of your screen, times his run perfectly.
Oh, and it just gets wrapped around the post. You get the left foot on it. Oh, he paid for it. Donovan, tried to force, gets it back, Landon Donovan. Hartman was way off his line. Hartman was right in front of Landon, and Landon just wanted to chip it over him.
Great anticipation, though, here from Hartman. You see how he just comes down, shuts down the angle, and without Ferreira now.
Shea, that's a great ball. Wide.
I don't know if you'll see it from this angle, but AJ De La Garza gets sucked in toward the ball, and consequently Chavez with the well-timed run.
That's what it looks like.
Alex Proust got to change his jersey, you can tell.
And blew dry his hair, apparently. He looks pretty good. So we're going to pick it up at 82-26. That's where the clock starts. Be a couple of minutes of stoppage added on. He's going to let this one run past him. Got Castillo in the middle. Castillo's the only guy there. Brek Shea, and he ends it! Brek Shea from 30 yards with the left.
I would think maybe a little bit of the wind had something to do with it, but you would never expect to get beat from this spot. That's an attempted cross in toward Castillo on the back post. doesn't get quite enough bend on it. Ricketts steps toward the near post, and that one just floats right over his head. You could see as soon as he made the step toward the near post, he knew that he was beaten.
Oh, De La Garza is just taken off his feet. And that's going to draw a whistle from Alex Bruce. Ah, he just blows the whistle. That's it, game over. He didn't even let it go 3 full minutes. And Dallas wins 2-1.
When the dust settled on Week 7, things remained wild in the West. RSL proved mortal, Seattle and Dallas responded with courage, and San Jose was in need of some serious soul-searching. Landon Donovan and the Galaxy remained on top despite losing after a lightning delay, and Portland jumped up on the table with its first shutout in MLS. The standings in the Eastern Conference remain the same from Week 6 to Week 7. In fact, the top 4 teams all pulled out victories, while the bottom 5 were 0-4-1 for the week. New York continued their dominance with a strong defensive showing, while a 10-man Philly proved that their sophomore year would be markedly different from their debut. However, serious questions face the bottom of the pack, with Toronto, DC, and New England all embarrassed, losing by 3 goals each. The Budweiser Golden Boot race got some rookie life this week, as Will Bruin's hat-trick tied him for second with Diego Chavez. But Charlie Davies kept his place at the top, despite not scoring in the last 2 matches. Week 8 features 3 nationally televised games. First, Fox Soccer's crew heads to Portland on Friday night to see if Portland can remain perfect at home. The Philadelphia Union will be at Gerald Field at 10:30 p.m. Eastern for the contest. Then, rising Chivas USA hope to catch RSL on the slide as they travel to the Fortress at Rio Tinto. Tune into Telefutura to see if Salt Lake start another home streak on Saturday at 4 p.m. Later that night, a clash of titans as Thierry Henry and the New York Red Bulls take on David Beckham and the LA Galaxy. The conference leaders lock horn at 11 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. In other games around the league, Seattle and DC face off Wednesday in the nation's capital. Both teams will see the pitch again on Saturday. Charlie Davies and company host FC Dallas, and Sounders coach Ziggy Schmidt returns to Columbus where he won an MLS Cup before taking the reins at Seattle. Houston looks to keep pace with the leaders in the East when they face Toronto FC at BMO Field. That's all we have for this week's MLS Review Show. Thanks for joining us, and remember to visit MLSsoccer.com for full coverage of all the news in Major League Soccer.